안녕하세요. 민트뉴스의 오정은입니다. 이번에 저희 민트뉴스 팀에서는 애틀랜타 미드타운에 위치하고 있는 약자로 MODA라고 불리우는 디자인 뮤지엄에 다녀왔습니다.
So I'm Amy Chan Lindquist, and I am the Director of Development at MODA. What's interesting too is that when we were downtown, we started off with a staff of 2 and 50 members. And when we moved to this current location, right across from the high, in this amazing Midtown Arts corridor, we went from 2 staff members to 10 and more, and over 1,500 members very quickly. So the growth has been amazing. And I'm here, I've been here for about 2 years, and I'm here really garnering all the support for and the strategy for the fundraising efforts in the museum. Yeah, so we're so happy to be here. And we really wanted to define what is design for us. So our vision and mission, which guides everything that we do at the museum, is a place that inspires change, transforms lives, and makes the world a better place. So really, really big ideas, right? But everything that we do, to our exhibitions, to our workshops, to our kids' classes, we do a lot of kids' classes, a lot of adult classes, to our design conversations where we bring national speakers from all over the country to come and speak, designers, national renowned designers. Everything is guided by making how a design museum can change the world. We have 2 research questions that we ask ourselves too. What does a design museum of the 21st century look like? What can it do? What is its function? And can a design museum change the world? And we think it can. So now that you know just a little bit about who we are, I wanted to lead you through our current exhibition. We don't have a permanent collection, so that means that we don't have any objects that we collect in terms of with permanence. We say that people are a permanent collection because what makes the MODA family is an amazing group of people. So our exhibitions change. We have 3 exhibitions a year. We close for 2 weeks, deinstall the exhibition, and then we reinstall another exhibition very quickly. So the turnaround is very quickly. And the exhibitions range drastically. You'll see in the last exhibition we had thousands of pool noodles in the hallway, which is I feel very typical of Atlanta. We had, one day we had somebody, it was like a Tuesday, we had somebody shooting a hip hop video in the pool noodles and somebody also FaceTiming their mother. Yeah, exactly, right? So it's like sort of crazy, but it's amazing. And what we think about MODA is really this idea of to hopefully think about things maybe the way that a designer thinks. So designer mindsets like empathy and collaboration and failing and succeeding quickly and coming back and understanding process and identifying problems and then trying to solve them through design, which is why we think design can change the world. Here at MODA, we don't say like, these are the best projects that are out there in the world, but really these are projects that allow you to consider what is happening. And for me, what I think is so interesting about this particular exhibition is about the stories behind why people made these things, or this idea of craftivism, which is also called slow activism. Because in order to make something like a quilt, you have to spend an enormous amount of time, right? So if you're thinking of, if it's directly related to something that's like a social issue, you're thinking about it for a really long time and you're really contemplating it, which is a very hard thing to do this day and age, right? Like we're all so fast and go, and this is a way to slow down and to really consider what's happening in our world right now. And again, it's not to say this is the way you should think, but really this is something that you might want to consider. Atlanta has an amazing design community, which people don't actually know. Because Atlanta also has a lot of companies, so like Coca-Cola, Home Depot, even somebody like Chick-fil-A, they all have in-house design within their companies. And then we have a lot of agencies, but and then you know, in terms of branding and things like that, and then graphic design and, you know, architecture and interiors. At MODA, we really celebrate all forms of design. So fashion, interiors, architecture, UX,
Any form of
branding, you know, all forms of design. And hopefully what we are trying to do with our vision and mission is using all of those things, using our tools and our ability to show exhibitions and have classes and have lectures to really galvanize the support of the design community as a whole. So we act as like a sort of conduit of this design ecosystem, which I think is really important. And again, just one more part of that piece of making impacts and transforming lives and considering what change is. So yeah. This Welcome Blanket project is by a woman named, one of the people who started Pussy Hats for the women's movement. This is her second project, which actually started at the Smart Museum in Chicago. And she was really considering what happens when you're a new immigrant or a refugee to this country. A very, you know, like prevalent topic right now, right? So she thought about what is something that I could do as a warm welcome to the United States? Blankets, right? So she crowdsourced, and there's still a national call out for people to make blankets of welcome. It's a certain size with a note of welcome to somebody new coming into our country. And then they send the blankets to MODA. We act as a conduit. We archive the blankets, we archive the notes of welcome, and then we distribute them to organizations. Right now we're working with New American Pathways, who work with refugees to give them these blankets of welcome when they come into the country and are acclimating to something completely brand new for the first time. It is amazing. I mean, look how many blankets. We're at over 200 blankets as of today. Our mail person must hate us, because we get, you know, at least 10 blankets a day of people who are making these incredible blankets. I mean, these are all handmade. You know, they're made, when you come into a new country and then you're welcomed with something made with love from somebody that you don't even know. That's an amazing statement, right? So it's really representative of something that we're really interested in because of what it's doing and what it says within the context of this exhibition. So I think it's a really amazing project. And I think our first delivery of blankets to New American Pathways actually happens this week. And then we rotate the blankets throughout the exhibition and then they get distributed. So I'm going to talk about another project in here within our exhibitions to allow people to work within the space. So a big part of an exhibition is also thinking, how do we engage our public? Not just through our radical friendliness, not just through talking with them, but actually how do they engage within this exhibition? How can they talk about it? So who goes to underserved schools and ask kids to think about issues that are important to them. And she arms them with fabric and fabric glue. And they create these sort of fabric collages of important things to them. And then she has a community of quilters who come and sew all the blocks together, all the patches together to make a quilt. And when I look at something like this, I think about these kids who are considering these really, really important, big issues that people don't think that they're ready for, but they're obviously thinking about, right? So putting out colored pencils and paper and glue sparks such an amazing sort of output. So we invite people to make their own square, in reference to what things are important to them.
Can anyone come?
Yes. So these are actually, this is an amazing project by a man named Aaron Toole, and he creates these ceramic mugs as he was in the Gulf War, and as a veteran, how to contend with what he had experienced, right? It's nobody unless you are within those, like in that situation or understand it. He really utilized this form of ceramics to say something. I mean, they're so amazing. He was using his own metals and sort of valiant things, but now people are sending him things he's making. He actually gives these away after he finishes them. So we're going to be also giving them away at the close of the exhibition as well to the public. Yeah. They're so, I mean, they're like haunting, but they're really beautiful, right? And again, that idea of traditional craft, you're not often seeing skulls, yeah, skeletons, and sort of what we're talking about, in the political stratosphere, or war, or peace, on a mug, on a ceramic, cup. Wow. What you're saying something in something so small. That's amazing.
Oh, yes.
People think that you have to make a big statement, and sometimes you do, and sometimes you don't, which is why I think it's so incredible. So these are made by a woman, Lori Lynn Murphy, and these are actually nuclear disasters. So Fukushima, 3 Mile Island, Chernobyl. They're created in these beautiful laser-cut dollies, right? This sort of intricate lace and like this delicate display of incredibly destructive. Yeah, right. So again, that idea of looking deeper into something, sparking a conversation about something, thinking about something deeply is something that I think that is really amazing within the show. And we have an incredible platform to say something, and we can. What is that saying? And what are they saying by displaying it in this way?
Do you know any Korean artists or
Like in terms of design.
or
So, do you know who Henry Kim is? He is the senior. His full title is he's the senior global designer for Coca-Cola. He just also came out with a book that he released. He's on our board. He's a really amazing, prevalent designer. He's Korean. So again, I'm half Korean. So I feel that also we have an amazing, because SCAD and Georgia Tech and all of these in Georgia State, we have such an and the Korean community in Atlanta keeps growing every day. So we have this influx of really talented, amazing Korean Americans coming to Atlanta or from Atlanta. Coming here and being part of the design community, because design is also so prevalent in Korea. I mean, just look at the landscape of Korea. It's changed so much in the last 50 years, 25 years. So in Atlanta, we're really seeing amazing designers, even Korean designers in Atlanta. Not just LA, not just New York. Everybody should come here. There's always something to get, to understand, to think about when you come to MODA. And again, to be welcome here, because you will be. Because we want everybody to think about things in a very broad way, and we hope that we're allowing people the opportunity to do so. So we want everybody to come. Yeah. And now you're going to be a member. So now you can bring all your
part of it.
yeah, exactly.
I'm bringing
so
my
now
friends.
you have to bring your friends, and we have amazing design conversations with national designers, and they are so inspirational and aspirational. So I feel like when we as people are sort of like we go through our day to day. When we are taken out of that for a moment and we are given the opportunity to listen to somebody speak about their trajectory or to see something that is really powerful and impactful, that has a tremendous sort of trickling effect, right? It can impact you in so many ways. It can be, when I leave certain things at MODA, I'm always thinking, wow, oh my gosh, I'm gonna do something even better tomorrow. What an amazing place to
That's how I
leave.
feel right now.
Yeah.
I
I'm
think
so
I close
glad. I'm so glad. I like to do that to people. So everybody is welcome, and we hope everybody comes because you are all welcome. And everybody should become a member and sustainer.
어렵게만
Again,
느껴질
we
수도
really
있는
feel
디자인이지만
like
우리
everybody
주위의
should join
소외된 이웃들을 위해 정성 어린 손편지 한 장으로부터 일을 시작해보는 건 어떨까요? 이상 민트뉴스의 오정은이었습니다.